Brought to you by superscum.com. This is Carlos Rally. We have Andreas over here from Sepultura in Denver, Colorado, before the show. And of course, we're gonna bug him with a few questions real quick. And first, you're probably sure that you've heard this one before, but if you can give us a little background on the new album, the story behind it, the name, the meaning, if you can tell us a little bit of that, the recording process, and then, you know, we have a few more questions for you as you go along.
Sure, yeah. I mean, we started working on this new album on the road last year. We were touring for Alex, the second year of touring, and we started working some riffs and some ideas, the concept. You know, we were celebrating 25 years of Sepultura, and that brought a lot of, let's say, good memories. You know, like we do that balance, you know, why we're here, you know, why we're still here as Sepultura, besides all the changes inside and especially outside the band, you know, like technology from vinyl to CD, CD to download and stuff, and Sepultura is still here, you know. And that brought that feeling, you know, of the title of the album, which is Kairos. And Kairos means it's a concept of time, which is not chronological, you know, just a moment, a special moment of opportunity, of changing. And I thought it was a very interesting concept, you know. It felt like our special time here, you know, like after 25 years, 26 years, you know, do that balance. Well, you know, we're still here jamming, you know, traveling the world, doing albums, new label and stuff, beside all the changes and concepts of Sepultura, of what Sepultura should be, you know. We are Sepultura 2011, you know, that's the most important thing, you know. So that, the Kairos, you know, meaning is that, you know, we're here now, we're not slaves of our past, and we are building our future, working the present, you know. That's the meaning of Kairos, you know, live the now as much as we can, you know. And also, you know, the whole biography of Sepultura, you know, our own experiences on the road, the albums we did, the contributions we got from different artists, and the traveling we do for, you know, different religion, different politics everywhere in the world, and everything is on the album, you know. So I think the inspiration, it's ourselves, you know. Sepultura is our main inspiration for this album. And we talked about our families, you know, the experience we have on stage, our relationship with press and managers and record labels and the fans and stuff. So it's a very intimate album. And sound-wise, it's very raw, you know. We wanted to bring the Sepultura on stage to the studio. I think every album we try to achieve that, you know. So we brought Roy Z to work with us as a producer. And he's not only a producer who works inside the studio, he's also a very active musician on stage, you know. He's touring with Rob Halford around the world, and so he had the best of both worlds, you know. So he helped us a lot really to achieve that kind of sounding that we want of the new album. And we're very happy with the result, you know. We have Nuclear Blast as a label, our first album with them.
It is a debut album, yeah.
Yeah, it's a great label. They are doing an amazing job so far.
How did that happen? As far as like picking Nuclear Blast?
We left SPV, German, because they had many financial problems. They bankrupt and stuff. They have a whole different, people working there. They still gonna keep our back catalog, but we were free to, you know, to go ahead and deal with a different label. And Nuclear Blast was one of the first that came up. You know, they said they wanted to work with Sepultura for a long time, and they're very excited to have us. And likewise, you know, to have a label that knows and understands metal for so long.
True.
And they also survived, you know, all the changes and all the record label crisis and stuff. And we're very happy to be with them, and I think it's going to be a great partnership, you know.
And then you also have basically Gene's second album.
Yes.
How was the whole recording
it's
process
great,
with
man.
Gene?
I mean,
everything just
he's
pretty
inside
much
the band as much as ever, you know. He's like an amazing musician. It's the second album. We've been touring everywhere in the world. Of course, we stayed away too long from the United States and Canada. I mean, in Canada, there's some places in Canada and the States we don't play for more than 10 years, you know. And here, like in Denver, for 6 years and 5 years or so. So, you know, it's good to be back. Like I said, we've been touring everywhere. We've been to Cuba, to Philippines, to South Africa, to Morocco, and, you know, you name it, you know, India and many other places, you know. So we got to a point that you know, this formation is really tight. Like I said, 2 albums, and Gian is bringing a lot of ideas and musical stuff. Same studio. So, you know, it's great to work at home near the family and stuff, and at the same time have a great quality, you know, recording wise.
And is Derek, was he traveling from Czech Republic? Is he living there?
Yeah, this Czech Republic Derek stuff, it's kind of new, you know. He just moved there like at the end of the last year.
Okay.
But we've been working in Brazil and practicing there, and you know, the album is done. We're gonna have to do a little more practice for the new tour, but we're gonna have to arrange, you know. You know, it's like every time the world gets smaller, you know, it seems like.
Yeah, you can travel it faster for sure. But so, and then you also work with Eric on the cover.
Eric Sayers, yeah.
Yeah, he's from LA, and how did that
Eric
come
was
about?
great because he came to our show in January in Los Angeles. We played during NAMM, you know, the NAMM show. And he's a fan, you know, of the band, and we met him backstage, and, you know, he said, oh, here's my work, you know, here's my card, and we saw his work. We were blown away, you know, he was really good. And he did the stuff really quick, you know. We gave him the concept of the album and stuff, of this Kairos moment and etc. And he did his research, you know, on the character and everything, and was a perfect choice for us, you know. He's really young talent that we discovered backstage in Los Angeles. It was great.
And are you looking forward, because you're replacing Scott Ian from Anthrax? Yeah, in July, and you're doing the big 4 shows, a couple or like 4 of them, something like that. And
no, I think it would be like 5 days of big 4 and a few updates, and some other festivals. It's gonna be like a total of 10 or 11 shows, you know, in Europe, like 2 weeks.
Intense.
For July 2nd to July 16th, and it's funny because the last show of Anthrax in a festival in Holland, Sepultura will play that festival as well, you know. So I'm gonna have to play, But you know, it's gonna be the last show with Anthrax, so it's gonna be, you know, everything will be flowing better and stuff. So I don't think it will be a problem. But I'm very happy, man, very honored. You know, Anthrax is one of the basics of my guitar playing, you know, or heavy metal. Thrash metal, you know, heavy stuff, and alongside with James Hetfield, of course, you know, and Exodus and Slayer and Megadeth, you know. So I'm very honored and very happy. I'm studying a lot, you know. Of course, I know the repertoire, but now, you know, I'm gonna play, so I have to be careful about the details. And especially, there's a lot of backing vocals he does, you know. This will be the big challenge for me. But although I do in Sepultura, but a lot less, you know. But it's gonna be cool.
You did the recent show with the Sao Paulo Experimental Orchestra.
Yes.
And I saw some footage online of it, but can we expect any live album coming soon? Rockin', Rockin' Rio?
Yeah, not from that show specifically, but we are filming everything, you know. We're doing a documentary about Sepultura history that we want to transform into a movie, you know.
Great.
So since August last year, when we start writing the new album and stuff, we've been filming everything, the studio process, and now we filmed the orchestra, you know. The guy was here, the director was here with us till last week, you know, filming this American part and the Canadian stuff. And so, you know, we're gonna really collect as much images as we can. And maybe, like, you know, in a year or two, we're gonna have a movie ready, maybe less, you know. So, I mean, we're not in a hurry. We just wanted to portray what Sepultura is all about today, you know, and at the same time talk about our history, which is the whole concept of Kairos, pretty much, you know, respect our past, but without trying to to relive that, you know, which is impossible.
Pretty much. Well, and talking about those messages that you're trying to send, like, you find it easier or harder to send those new messages to the new generations of fans or the older generations? How do you see the cultural exchange, if you will, between old fans, new fans? Do you think that Sepultura still has a lot of the old fans following, a lot of new fans every time you tour? Have you seen, like,
everything you said?
Everything, a little bit of everything.
All the above, you know. It's like we have the fans from the old days. We have a lot of new fans, you know, new generation, like young kids seeing Sepultura for the first time. We have fans that, you know, left after Max left and they're coming back now. And, you know, we have every kind of fan, you know, because Sepultura have so many different albums from each other, you know, like bringing new ideas and etc. That I respect them all, you know. It's great to have such a wide variety of fans. And we can go anywhere, like I said, you know, from Indonesia
touring
to Cuba,
places,
it's you know,
amazing.
it's great,
you
know.
New,
So, I mean, it's good to see this kind of, you know, recycling. You know, we see like uncles bringing their nephews and fathers and grandpas, you know, with the kids. My kids, you know, are starting to enjoy. You know, I have 3 kids. One of them is like 13 years old and he likes guitar, and he already have seen Kiss and Black Sabbath and all that stuff. You know,
That's
so.
Enzo?
Johan,
yeah.
Okay. And so it's my youngest
one.
So it's cool, you know. It's like I started listening to that kind of music at the same time, pretty much, you know. So it's great to see this this new generation coming to see us.
As far as like new bands, you know, we have a really like pretty revolutionized heavy metal scene throughout the world, with a lot of bands coming from Europe. Even the United States has its own movement going on, if you will. Like, any new bands that are on your radar that you listen to, that you like, that you recommend?
I don't know, man. I'm not really a music hunter, you know, let's say. I was never really desperate to find the new stuff and what's going on, and I let music come like naturally.
Any influences for the new album?
Well,
from any other style,
the influence,
from any other...
Well, we always listen to everything, you know. I love blues, I love classical music, I study classical guitar as much as I can. Paulo loves, you know, jazz and Jacos Pastorius and that stuff. Derek, you know, more the hardcore. We all love reggae, you know. Jean loves jazz too, and Miles Davis and all that stuff. And so we listen to everything, you know. But when we stop to write for Sepultura, it's another spirit, let's say, you know. We have that characteristic of expressing ourselves with that manner of playing guitars and the way we sing and how we write and stuff. I have a solo album that I put all the other stuff that don't fit with
Part
Sepultura.
1 and 2, I think?
Yeah, Hubris, Hubris. And there's a lot of acoustic guitar, there's songs in Portuguese, they're more poppies, more bluesy, more classical, whatever, you
know. Even the soundtrack, the No Colocados Doces.
That's
a lot of different...
So there's a lot, Brazil, it's very rich, you know, musically speaking, you know, culturally, like from north to south, you have so many different rhythms and styles that...
Tribal instruments.
Tribal, and everything, you know, so we always keep our mind fresh. But for Sepultura, there's a way that we express that is natural when we are in a practice room with our instruments, and that's the Sepultura way of expressing. You know, of course, we brought a lot of, you know, we did stuff with orchestras, with percussive groups, and many other musicians. But you know, the style is there. You know, the characteristic is there.
No, pretty much. And then I do have a question about your newest band, Hail.
Hail.
Because it sounds really interesting, especially...
It's great, man.
With the people that you have in there. You have Ripper Owens in there. You would know Dave Ellefson, I believe. You have also...
Paul Bostaph.
Yes, Paul Bostaph is
Mike
in there.
Portnoy. And
you did,
Jimmy DeGrasso, James Lomenzo, you know. It's an amazing project that I was invited to be a part of it, to do some South American shows. And we did 5 shows.
Rock in Rio in Portugal.
We did Madrid,
Hail, right?
it was amazing.
Wow. Okay.
Madrid and Lisbon, both.
Okay.
It was great. So it's it's fun. You know, we played tribute to heavy metal. We played, you know, some of our own stuff like Sepultura, Judas, Megadeth, and you know, all the musicians there. And plus, you know, Motorhead, Saxon, Accept, you know, whatever it comes, you know, Dio, Sabbath, you know, Maiden, and you know, we did shows in Chile and went so well that people all around the world wanted to have shows, you know. So we did a Norwegian tour, like 5-6 days only in Norway, We did.
Because you've been together since 2008, I believe.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yes.
But it's very difficult to put together shows because everybody has your own
schedules,
band and stuff, you know.
Exactly.
And Hail it's difficult to arrange everybody, but we did a show in Lebanon, you know, in Beirut, that we filmed in a very professional DVD and stuff,
really?
and it's coming out someday. They're working on it, you know.
Can we expect a tribute album from all you guys? You know,
that's a good idea.
Well, you never know. I'm sure a lot of people would like to see that. So you know.
Yeah, when you know they start, you know, they talked about you know, doing original stuff, and but I don't know. I mean, it's nice the way it is, you know. Like you put some, you know, a group of musicians together. They love the music, and enjoy, you know.
For fun.
For total fun, yeah. We have no crew. We have nobody with us. I changed my own strings. It's like the old days, you know. Really,
that's great.
really.
That's actually a really great concept for a tribute band.
You know, it brings us down to earth, and we see the respect we have from fans. For instance, we play a show in Siberia. You know, 3 shows in Siberia, and you see the people there that don't have a chance to see nobody. You know, and you know, we go there and play so many bands that they never seen before, and it's a blast, you know. It's amazing. It's really cool.
One of the final questions would be your predictions for the 2014 World Cup.
My cards.
Your prediction for the 2014 World Cup.
I don't know, man. It's really hard to say. Brazil is always, you know, favorite, you know, especially playing in home.
The Dunga's out.
At home. Yeah, that's good.
I agree.
Well, you know, always the same countries, you know, like Germany, Italy, you know, now Spain is a force, and, you know, Holland,
Argentina.
and Argentina, of course, you know.
Uruguay is now on the top.
Uruguay, yeah, improved a lot, definitely. So it's going to be a very interesting World Cup for sure, you know. Hopefully Brazil will be ready, because we're not. You know, it's
3 years to come up with infrastructure.
And, you know, everybody in Brazil knew that. You know, it's like the way politics run, and the way the corruption and the big money and stuff. But let's see what happens. You know.
Are they gonna get the Maracanã ready?
Maracanã, yes. The problem is São Paulo.
São
A lot of bullshit politics. You know, we have one of the biggest stadiums in Brazil, which is from my team, São Paulo, Morumbi Stadium, that FIFA totally denied. You know, now they're building another stadium for the fucked up team there, Corinthians.
I'm a Santos fan.
Well, congratulations. They just won the Paulista League, you know. So yeah, Santos have the best team now in Brazil for sure. You know, the best coach, Muricy Ramalho, Neymar and Ganso, you know, great players, a great keeper, a young talent. So, you know, but let's see about the World Cup, you know. Eventually I think anything happens, you know, it will happen, but it's a shame, you know, that a country that is considered the country of football worldwide, you know, we all have the best players in the world. Like, it's so easy to find players in Brazil, and we have that kind of bullshit, you know, political stuff. But let's see.
I'm a fan of the Brazil team, because our team sucks. So, you know,
Venezuela,
no, baseball is baseball. That's about it. So, basically, but yeah. So, Andreas, thank you so much for giving us your time. Really appreciate it. We can have a quick shout out to the fans in Colorado, in the U.S., Latin America.
Cool.
2 Hispanic guys over here in front of the camera, as well as for my class. I have a sociology of music class.
Oh, nice.
As university professor. So, you know, basically, you want to say anything to them, just send them a goodbye, a shout out.
Hello, people. It's nice to be back in America. Hopefully, we'll be back sooner than later. We have a new album coming out, Kairos by Nuclear Blast. July 12th, I think.
June 24th, Europe.
Yeah, July 12th here, in the States. So album comes out in July, and hopefully we'll be back soon with this new stuff. And, you know, thanks for the support always.
Yes, we hope it's not that long between tours anymore.
No, we won't,
yeah,
man,
so.
I promise.
Andreas, a pleasure, my friend. Thank you for giving us the time. And, you know, it's like, I appreciate the interview and the good words, and good luck with Brazil, and good luck with Sao Paulo.
Gracias.
Lost in numbness, we're from the